I'm Warren Stricker. I'm the director of the Research Center at the Panhandle-Plains Historical Museum. I've selected some items from our archival collections to talk about today. These are most of them from the collection of the Rittenberry papers. E.F. Rittenberry was an architect in Amarillo, involved in the design of a number of buildings around this area. And one of the projects he worked on was the education building on what was then West Texas State Teachers College here in Canyon. So I've selected a few items from the papers, including the watercolor rendering of the building, which was done at the initial stages of the project to show the college administrators what the building would look like when it was done. So it has a very lovely detailed painting, watercolor painting of the finished building, showing how it would look from the front. Then when the project got underway, of course, they created the detailed drawings of the education building, and it's several sheets, and it shows the floor plans, it shows the building from the front, from the sides, from the back, and it shows cross sections and details, just everything that would be needed to actually construct the building. And it's interesting to note in the building itself how it was originally planned to be used. The education building was built, at least in part, to house what was called the demonstration school, which was an actual school where students from grades 1 through high school came in to be taught by faculty at the university, but also for the students who were undergoing teacher training at the university to observe and to actually participate in the instruction of these students. There were classrooms for all those grades from first grade through high school, and there was also an auditorium in the building and a gymnasium in the building, so the use of the building was quite a bit different in its initial stages. Later, the demonstration school was discontinued in the early 1950s, and then the building became used for more general university classroom use and was remodeled inside quite a bit, so it looks differently than it was when it was originally built in 1928. I've also pulled out a couple of photographs that show that whole process from the construction of the building, showing how the construction progressed, and then the final product, which ended up looking quite a bit like that original drawing that was done back in the early stages. It's an interesting collection of items, and it can be used in a variety of ways. It shows how an architect does his work. It also shows how the university changed and grew over time, and the functions that took place in some of the buildings on campus. This is just an example of a collection item from the Research Center archives, and I hope you found this of interest.